Good morning from the Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Ready to get started with our USBC Senior Queens Stepladder Finals. We start off with Lisa Wasson against Char Hammel. I'm Lucas Wiseman of Bowl TV, along with 2011 Senior Queens champion Paula Vedad. Hi, Paula. How are you today?
I'm very good, Lucas. Good morning, and this is going to be exciting stepladder finals.
It certainly is. We've got Wasson versus Hammel. Hammel, of course, won the Senior Queens back in 2010. The winner of this match will take on Mandy Wilson. Then the winner of that will take on Robin Romeo, who's the defending champion. And then the winner of that match will bowl the top seed Tish Johnson for the title. And so our first frame here for Char Hammel as we're just underway here, the stepladder finals of the Senior Queens. Well, Paula, you bowled this week in the Senior Queens. You guys bowled on the same pattern as the Queens, and it looked like a pretty tough pattern this week, right?
Yes, it was very difficult. The oil was moving around quite a bit. There was a lot of transition, and actually lane topography. So depending on what pair you hit and just matching up, and ball surface was very, very important.
We're just underway here. It's a traditional stepladder. It's one-game matches. Just like you'll see tonight on the USBC Queens telecast at 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. And I know that, Paula, you were down there, looked like gathering some information. What did you find out about these players during the practice?
Well, I found out some great information. Char Hammel's husband is Mark. And we actually owned a pro shop together in Southern California for quite some time. He is her coach, and unfortunately he couldn't make the trip, but I'm sure he's back home watching live in Las Vegas. So I'm sure she wanted to give a shout out to Mark. Char has over 17,300 games.
Wow, nice.
She's a poker dealer at the Green Valley Ranch. So
yeah, I knew that. I knew she was a poker dealer. That's a pretty awesome job.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind being a poker dealer.
Well, here's Char shooting her spare.
This is one of the tougher spares, and that's a perfect example. You don't know whether the ball is going to hook or it's going to skid. I chose to throw my spare ball, even at the double wood, which I was good at that, but other spares I wasn't. So it's a very flat. It develops into a very flat pattern.
Wasson looking for a double and a big early lead here. Nice shot. Shreds the rack. Messenger goes across where there was nothing even left for it to hit. And Lisa Wasson with a double to kick things off.
And that looks like the roto hypercell that she's throwing.
And has helped her to an early 23-pin lead already. And again, this is just a one-game match.
She's from Murphy, Texas, and very established, and has won 3 SASBA titles.
Oh, a 10-pin wobbled. Didn't quite go.
She's also been coaching high school bowling and led them to a state championship, which is McKinley Boyd High School.
Excellent news.
So she's helping the sport grow, future for our sport.
Always nice to see the bowlers giving back a little bit and helping out with high school programs, youth programs across the country.
And as you'll see later this afternoon, perfect epitome of that. There's 4 ladies that were collegiate bowlers and very successful collegiate bowlers, and now they're on the show.
Yeah, that'll be tonight on ESPN2, the Queens Stepladder Finals. And if it sounds like we're being a little quiet, it's because it's awfully quiet here in the bowling center. Everybody on the edge of their seats.
And we're sitting right behind them.
We are very close to the bowlers, so we have to be careful not to distract them as Char leaves the washout here in the third. Things not looking so promising for Char early on here.
And you saw a lot of the washouts or buckets with a 7-pin, just a lot of light hits. It was very difficult to. Straighter is greater for the seniors on this shot.
Gives it a run, but another open frame for Char. And now it is a 33-pin lead for Lisa Wasson. If you're just joining us, we're live at the Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I'm Lucas Wiseman, along with our 2011 Senior Queens champion, Paula Vidal, watching our 2015 Senior Queens Stepladder Finals. It's a better shot by Char. Got it to climb the hill here and into the pocket for a strike.
Yes, and if you notice that it's a pearlized looking ball, and that was very important. You had to conserve the energy early, but then get it into a roll, but then also be continuous. So if you threw something that was a little bit too early rolling, could get you in trouble because then it wouldn't finish.
10-pin for Lisa. Again, the winner of this match will bowl Mandy Wilson, who's a former Team USA member.
Yes.
Coming up in just a little bit, so stay tuned for that. And then Robin Romeo, defending champion, is our number 2 seed. She'll be looking to make a little history today. And the number 1 seed is Tish Johnson, who desperately wants to win this tournament. We'll get into all that a little bit later on. As we are 4 frames in, our opening match, 32-pin lead for Lisa Wasson. Do us a favor, share the link to the live stream. You can send people to bowl.com/bowltv. Ask them to tune in for our Stepladder finals. Oh, look at that. The 4 goes into the 9 for the strike.
Now Lisa is taking the opposite approach, where she's taking a solid and has that sanded. But it did give her a little hold on that shot. And she earned her way here because she won the Texas Senior Queens.
Oh, nice. Sounds like Lisa's been doing pretty well lately on the lanes.
Yes, absolutely.
See if Char can get something going here. Looking to cut into the lead. She leaves the 7-pin. I love the camera pointing at the bowlers because you can see their facial expressions as they release the ball. And Char's got a nice little scowl going on at the pins when she releases it.
We'll just call it a serious look. Intense look.
Everybody has a different look at the foul line for sure. It always makes me laugh. Picks up the spare. And still down by 3 marks after 5 frames.
Yes, the spare ball was everybody's friend this week because you had to pick up your spares because they were tough. You catch a couple of doubles and sometimes you wouldn't even throw a strike a game.
Yeah, scores were pretty low on the Senior Queens side this week.
Yes.
They looked like it was a grind out, make your spares kind of week to have some success.
Very much so.
Comes up light, gets the hit to carry. Now she's just got to find a way to put some strikes together. But if Lisa steps up and throws a couple of strikes here, she can push her lead into the 50s.
Now Char's having a little discussion with Hank Boomershine of Storm and Rotogrip.
It's a good shot. Rings the 6-pin right around the 10. That'll allow Char to breathe a little sigh of relief because if Lisa had struck there, Lisa was going to go up by 40-plus pins.
There are quite a few ring 10s left this week. And And then, you try to tighten up a little bit, and then you try to fit it in, and you get the over-under reaction in the mid lane.
Yeah, it's been tough. Same pattern for the queens and the senior queens. And we watched all week how difficult that pattern can be. Oh, wow. A little high on that shot, leaves a 4-7-9 split, and that can change things pretty quickly here.
Well, that looked very similar to her last shot, and the last shot seemed to hold, and then all of a sudden now, the next shot, it drives right through the nose.
Let's see if she gives it a run here. 4-7-9 split. Takes a couple of them. And now the door is open for Char to get back in this match.
Very important shot right here.
Yes, it is. She could. Let's see the max score for Lisa, sitting at 224. Char's max is 226 now. So with that open, if Char were to find a way to string some strikes here, she could take the lead. Good shot. Best shot of the match right there.
Very nice.
For Char Hammel.
She was very determined on that shot. She kept it on line.
Easily her best shot of the game, I think.
Yes.
That was very nice. Split the 8-9 right in half.
And that's what's very difficult about this shot. You have to be aggressive to get it through the heads, but then you want to be soft so you could get it into an early roll, and then sometimes you get caught in between. But that was a great aggressive shot. So let's see if you can do it again. Actually, take the lead with
Yeah,
count.
exactly. She can take the lead by 2 with a strike here in the 8th frame. It's amazing how quickly it can turn, isn't it?
Oh, all of the matches were very, very exciting. Oh,
Pretty good.
wow.
Another great shot from Char Hammel, and she has taken the lead in this game. Now Lisa suddenly finds herself down by 2. She led by as much as 33 at one point in this match. And things have flipped on her in the back half. Got to get it going. Good shot. Comes up a little light, gets the carry. Got ourselves a good match here to start off our stepladder, don't we, Paula?
Absolutely. And this is what is so exciting about bowling. Head-to-head match play, and you have to step it up, step your game up, because this goes very quickly. It seems like you're only bowling for about 3 minutes.
Well, let's see, this is another potential lead change here as Lisa steps up in the 9th. Huge shot right here in this match. That's going left, and it's going to roll it.
Oh.
You can see the pin rolling from behind, and it takes out the 3 for the double. And Lisa Wasson back in the lead by 8. What a break there.
And you know what? It looks like she made a little move, but she actually pulled it left, and she pulled it just right.
Great match to start off our stepladder. It's a good time to post the link on your Facebook and Twitter and send everybody to bowl.com/bowltv to check it out. 9th frame, Char looking to take the lead back by 2.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't like it. You could hear her off her hand
Yeah,
say, oh
count.
no,
Yeah.
and loses count. Doesn't strike. And now she's going to have to make this and perform in the 10th to put any pressure on Lisa Wasson.
Boy, that trip 3 pin could be huge.
That is true, yep. Let's see if Char can make this. I hate this spare. There's so many ways to miss it, it seems like.
Absolutely.
So let's hope she covers it up. Gets it done.
Perfect.
And we are headed into the 10th frame. Char Hammel down 11. So Char can strike out for 203. And that would force Lisa to get the first one, I believe. If Lisa goes 9 spare strike in the 10th, she would be at 202. So this is a critical 10th frame here for Char Hammel to put the pressure on.
Better shot.
A little light. And gets another pin to go. Leaves the 8 pin.
You can see she wasn't as solid at the line with that shot and maybe leaked it about a board right.
Well, if she can make this strike on the fill, it's going to force Lisa to mark.
Yes. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
And she whiffs it to the left, and an open frame for Char Hammel in the 10th. And it looks like Lisa Wasson is going to move on here.
See, that's a perfect example of not knowing whether it's going to hook or go straight.
Yeah, sometimes on these tough sport patterns, it's better to just take the lane out of play and go straight at it. But hindsight 2020, of course, as Lisa Wasson steps up in the 10th. And that's enough. She's going to be your winner here in game number 1, and she'll move on in the stepladder to bowl against Mandy Wilson in match number 2. Winner of that match will bowl Robin Romeo, and the winner of that match will bowl top seed Tish Johnson.
Well, that's a pretty solid start.
Yeah,
Lucas,
this is a great, good start for her, and a good start to the coverage here on Bowl TV of the Senior Queens Stepladder. It was an interesting match. We had a little bit of drama there, and hopefully we'll see even more as we go along here. I'm sure as a bowler you'd rather win in a blowout, but we like it when they're really close.
Yes, absolutely.
202-181, Lisa Wasson wins our opening match of the stepladder. So Mandy's going to come in and get a few shots of practice here.
And you know, it's going to be interesting because Lisa is throwing a little bit more of a sanded ball, and let's see what Mandy chooses to throw. You could see that Char was throwing a more pearlized ball. And you could see that she had a little bit trouble controlling the mid lane. So let's see what Mandy pulls out.
Are all of the ladies on the show today Storm or Roto Grip? Throwing Storm or Roto Grip? What's Lisa throwing?
Lisa, yes. Lisa also was throwing Roto.
Yes, I think, and I know that Robin does as well.
Actually, Robin...
Robin's got a Storm shirt on at least.
Yes. She's not actually on staff, but she has thrown staff
their equipment
for quite a long time, yes.
Tonight's Queen Show, we're going to have 3 bowlers who are on the Hammer staff, and 1 on the Storm staff, 1 on the Roto Grip staff. So it'll be an interesting show tonight. And, of course, Maria Jose Rodriguez trying to make some history tonight on the Queen's Show, trying to become the first player since 1982 to win back-to-back Queen's titles.
Wow, 82.
Yes, it's been a long time. Since before Maria was born, I'm sure.
That's going to be such an exciting show to see all that young talent, but also the old school of Liz and Shannon, Team USA members that have been around and know how to get it done. But boy, these young guns are really, really good.
Yes, they are. It's going to be an interesting show tonight, and don't miss it at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN2. Maybe you want to set your DVR just in case.
I think I'll be in the plane during that time.
Oh, will you?
No, but I'll be able to watch it. I actually have it on my device.
Excellent.
And just have to buy the
get the Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi, and good to go.
Well, it should be a fun show tonight on ESPN2, and we're looking forward to 3 more great matches here on Bowl TV. We've got Mandy Wilson. You see her practicing right now. She's going to be taking on Lisa Wasson in our next match momentarily, so don't go anywhere.
And I got a great little tidbit from Lucy Sandelin. In 1990, they were bowling a Team USA friendship match in Ireland. And in that match, Mandy was the first woman to bowl a 700 ever in the country of Ireland.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. I hear Ireland is a beautiful country. I've not been there. But it looks like it's pretty spectacular.
That could be like something on Jeopardy.
That's true. You had the bowling Jeopardy there.
That's right.
It's not a very well-known fact.
Mandy's also a 5-time Team USA member in the 90s. And she also has a team championship back in the WIBC days with a doubles championship with Linda Kelly also, who was another participant, Hall of Famer.
Oh, you can see Mandy warming up. She'll get a few shots of practice, and then we will get started with our second match here in the Stepladder finals. Oh, Mandy says she's ready. So they're going to ask her, she gets to choose which lane she wants to start on. And so they will put the names in the system, and then we'll get going here.
That's a key, too, on whether you start or finish. Do you want to close it out and make your opponent perform, or do you want to be able to perform?
All right, ready to go here. Pretty quick practice there for Mandy Wilson. So Mandy said she wanted to get out there and start things off. So here we go. Oh, Mandy getting a little animated already, first frame. Yelling at the pins to carry, and they respond.
You can see that she's playing a deeper line than Lisa is, so it'd be very interesting to see if these two cross each other's path and actually change it after a couple of frames.
Yeah, Lisa's standing pretty far left, but she also drifts right quite a bit with her feet and leaves a big 4 on that shot.
Well, that's instant pressure. You throw a strike and then comes back with a split, and you're already down in the first frame.
Yeah, not the best way to start off a match with an open frame and trailing by 12 already.
But at least she did go for the count, which is key. You know, most people want to try to pick it up, and that's not until it's, you know, not unless it's the 10th frame and you have to. You always get the count.
Especially since you make that one so infrequently. It's a better shot. Seems like the little light mixer carries pretty well.
Sometimes better than the solid shot, because you so easily bring a 10-pin, and I think that's why Mandy yelled carry. It looks like she moved in a little on that shot too after now throwing a split.
All right, Mandy Wilson, second frame.
Just exactly like that.
Yeah, wraps the 6 around the 10. Not a bad shot though.
No, it looked good, but you could see that she was directing it, knowing that the ball didn't change direction early enough and was going a little long.
Missed it.
Uh-oh. The minion spare ball.
Yeah.
Did not do the job. It looks like she kind of rushed up there to do it, too.
It did. Yeah, maybe you get a little pumped up, a little excited, and the adrenaline takes over.
Threw a good shot. And
Well, let's see what Mandy does here in the third. We're all evened up now. Comes up a little light, leaves the 2-8. Mandy definitely works pretty quick on the approach.
Yes, she's one of the faster bowlers.
She doesn't like to take too much time.
Looks like she's going to her minion ball for this. No.
Nope, she's going to hook it at it looks like. Looks like she just kind of threw it straight at it, but threw it a little hard and was able to get it to hold on for the spare. let's see what Lisa does here. Working on a strike. She can take the lead by 10 with a double. That's a nice shot. Just jammed it right in there for the double. And a 10-pin lead. If you're just joining us, I'm Lucas Wiseman of Bowl TV. We've got 2011 Senior Queens champion Paula Vidal joining us in the booth for this Stepladder Finals. Pleasure always to have you here, Paula.
Thank you, Lucy.
You did it a couple of years ago, I think, too, with me.
Yeah, it was in Reno.
Reno, I believe, yeah. Always nice to have the help, so thanks for sitting in with us.
Oh, my pleasure.
Looks good. Great shot. And Lisa Wasson, just like that, is back in control here. Started with that early open, but perfect since then, and she's up by 20 all of a sudden.
And this could be a classic case where you get a little more time on the lanes and you get lined up. You know what's happening. You can see it. It goes very quickly. You know, Mandy has only thrown 3 frames, but now has hit 3 different areas of the pins. You know, she went flush strike, well 10 pin.
Mandy really doesn't look comfortable. She doesn't. I hate to use the word, but she doesn't look focused as much. She just seems like a little out of sorts.
Well, I think ever since she missed the 10 pin. Ooh, and
Almost chopped that, yeah.
You know,
But maybe that's just the way she operates. It's
True.
hard to tell.
True.
But she's down 22 now. It looks like she just took a moment to kind of reset herself. You could see it.
Right.
So let's see if she rebounds here.
Uh-oh.
Yanks that one, 3-6-10. Looked like it was going to be a pretty promising game for Mandy the first 2 frames when she had a high flush strike and then rang the 10 pin, and it's maybe got a little rattled after missing that 10 pin in the second frame.
It's funny how your confidence can go, because she did have 2 strong shots the first 2 frames, and uh-oh.
Wow. Got a little lucky to make that one there. Not the textbook way to shoot it, but gets the spare nonetheless.
Well, now she's got that in her mind. You know, she went light, and then you try to over-adjust, and then everything's a couple of tugs.
Yeah, it seems like she's tugged about 4 shots in a row,
Mm-hmm.
even on spares. Wasson, good shot. She's throwing it great right now.
Oh, she's got the line, keeping her speed up. I think she learned her lesson on that big 4 in the last match. It looks like she's a little farther left on the left lane.
Working on 4 in a row. Needs to hook. Leaves the 2 pin. It's a good 2 pin, I would say.
Oh, 9 is always good.
Especially when you get it a little right like that. You never know what's going to stick around with that 2 pin. But Lisa with a 34 pin lead if she makes the spare.
And not a lot of frames left for Mandy to make a move. She's got to do it now.
Similar situation to the first game, though. Lisa got ahead by 30-plus pins, and then Char made the big comeback and almost took the match from her. So we'll see if Mandy can turn it around here. She's got half a game to go. The winner of this one will bowl defending champion Robin Romeo in match number 3.
Oh, another tug.
Yep. Pays the ultimate price for it here, 4-6-7 split. She's just tugging everything right now.
Yes. Well, she tugged that 10-pin spare and
Yeah,
really
since then.
never recovered from it. Because her first shot was a great swing, flush, and
so Wilson in a lot of trouble now, 88 in the 6th.
Mandy's from Dayton, Ohio, and she's a library supervisor at the Wright State University.
Seventh frame. Getting late in the match. She didn't tug that one. She actually threw that one pretty good. Finally got it where she was trying to get it, and it actually reacted pretty nice.
Yeah, and it looks like both of them are a little bit further left on the left lane. It looks like it might be hooking a little sooner. And finally maybe got relaxed, but it's only a couple frames left for her.
Lisa working on a spare. Nice shot.
Well, she's been keeping the ball in play very, very well.
And it is a 49-pin lead for Lisa Wasson with 3 frames to go. Both players working on 1 strike. Another good shot. She's got a good look right now.
That's going to be pretty tough to beat in the next couple of matches if she continues to stay lined up and throw aggressively as she has.
Yeah. Stepladder gets harder and harder, though, as she goes along, taking
True.
on a couple of Hall of Famers. Especially taking on a shot maker like Robin Romeo coming up here in the next match.
Absolutely. She can hit a dime.
Yeah, and we could be in for a pretty interesting semifinal next. As it looks like Lisa Wasson will take on Robin Romeo in our semifinal. The winner will be Tish Johnson for the title.
And Robin, the defending champion, has barely tipped it over.
Yeah, she just did make it.
I was going to say that Robin, you know, being the defending champion, she, and even back in her career, just seemed to really come alive in Stepladder finals. Has there ever been a Senior Queens titleist that ran the table from 5th position?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know that if the Senior Queens has always been 5-player Stepladder.
Oh, you're right.
I think it's been 4 for...
Right. I was the last year it was regular 3-game match. You're right.
Oh, yeah, and it was 3-game match. You're right. It just went to the Stepladder
2012.
Yeah, a couple of years ago.
Right.
We wanted to make all of the championship events, the Masters, the Queens, the Senior Masters, Senior Queens, have a similar format. And it makes it exciting for live stream, too, to have Stepladder finals. Got a good number of people watching. Got 570, not so bad.
Oh, very nice. And we'll have a lot of people watching later in the day, especially like in California. Or
yeah, people will always tune in. Lisa with the 2-pin. And if we sound a little quiet, it's on purpose because we're very close to the bowlers. We've got our mics almost maxed out, trying to keep from distracting them. And I have found if you're watching on a computer, sometimes if you plug in some headphones to your computer, you can hear it a lot better. The volume you can get a lot more volume out of the headphones.
Or I'll just talk when they're not bowling.
Yeah.
We try not to, but
yeah, we try to be a little quiet when they're actually on the approach.
yeah, you know, you try to focus on everything that's going forward. But when there's no other noise going on in the bowling center, it's very easy to hear our voices.
Tenth frame, wrapping it up here. Lisa's going to bowl another great game. Had 200 the first game, and going to be in the 220s or 230s this game.
She had to open the last game too, the first game. So, and those were both big splits. So it's she's keeping her spare game in check and getting 9 or better since the first frame.
She's thrown a lot of strikes this game too. 7 strikes. Mandy only had 2. And that shot doesn't much matter. But she's going to be in the 220s and going to take on Robin Romeo in our next game. Someone asking for information on the pattern. I believe it's a 42-foot sport pattern. About 27 mils of oil. Almost made the split there. 225 for Lisa Wasson. And she moves on. And you can find the pattern. We've got that posted at bowl.com/Senior Queens on the information page if you'd like to check it out. It's the same pattern that the Queens bowled on all week long as well. Well, Mandy will be a little disappointed, I think, in her performance in this match. Only going to be in the 160s.
It's tough, but you know, you got to get lined up quickly. And like I said, Lisa's got 2 games on this shot now and creating her own shot.
So Robin's moving down here. She'll be coming in next. You can see Robin there in the center of your screen.
And speaking of the sports shot, you did need to be a member of the sport membership to be able to get any type of awards. There were a couple of 300 shots.
Well, 225, 163. Lisa Wasson wins the match, and she's going to bowl Robin Romeo next. And it looks like Tish gets to come in, and yeah, Tish can come in and throw a few shots. Man, Damon Sirocco, our tournament director, saying that Robin gets 6 shots on the pair, and Tish will get a few shots as well. Tish said yesterday that she's made it the championship match in the last couple of years, and she said this year she was going to throw less shots on the TV pair because she didn't want to break it down too much.
Right.
So we'll see how that works out for her.
It's kind of interesting because on a sport condition, my opinion is you'd want more play, only because to develop your own shot. Otherwise, it could stay very tight for Tish, but you know, she has come in second a couple of times, so let's see if this strategy works. And also, the right-handers that are bowling their spares on the left side is carrying oil down, possibly through right in front of her head pin. Her pocket, I should say. So let's see how her couple of practices are, and then when she comes in for her match.
Look at that. Slap the 6-pin. Yeah, so Tish gets a few shots as the top seed gets to come in and bowl a little bit on the pair. Semifinal coming up. Lisa Wasson and Robin Romeo. Robin gets a few more shots here. I think I'm going to post the link again on our USBC Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, let's everybody share it. And we've got 2 more exciting matches before the tiara is placed on one of these senior ladies' head. And there were some very nice awards also given out, Lucas, for each round, the high round and then also the high qualifier. They're very beautiful teardrop-shaped blue awards that were handed out every morning. The senior ladies bowled on fresh every day at 8 o'clock a.m. here in Wisconsin.
Wasson will begin the match on the left lane. Bowling fans have a great send-off here.
Well, it looks like we're ready to get started.
Good luck, bowlers.
And Robin did win 2 of those awards. She actually won the first round and then was high qualifier, so she already has some nice hardware to bring home.
Well, Lisa's going to start the match on the left lane, wasting no time. And a split again. She started the last match with a split.
Well, at least it comes early. You're not losing count.
That's true.
Not on a spare, not on a double.
Got to take one of them here.
Lisa wanted to thank her sons for their loving support. And her mom also made her some really cute ducky shoe covers. Her mom didn't know what they were, and she just liked them and made them for her. I could see it sitting on the table.
All right, our first look at Robin Romeo, first frame for her. And she leaves a 5-7, kind of light hit. Robin Romeo, our defending champion here at the USBC Senior Queens, and also she is a USBC Hall of Famer. She's had a lot of success in her professional career as well. She bowled on tour for quite a number of years. And let's see, how many titles did she win? 17 professional titles.
Oh, good shot. See, now there's that issue, Lucas, that I was speaking of earlier, that you throw a little bit earlier rolling ball, and it actually lost energy by the time it hit the pocket. So some people chose to throw a pearlized ball with a little surface on it, just so it would be more continuous. So let's see if she can remedy that, possibly move in a little bit.
This time the light hit carries for the strike. Robin leads by a single pin after first frame. This is our semifinal match in the Stepladder. Lisa Wasson against Robin Romeo. If you're just joining us, we are live at the Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Lucas Wiseman along with Paula Haddad. And Lisa, just like the first game, split to start, strike in the second. Or just like the last game, I should say.
Well, maybe that's a pattern.
Yeah.
Get that out of your system and start striking again. Uh-oh.
Something happened with the footing a little bit there.
Got a little quick, couldn't get it underneath herself, and
Looked straight down at her feet when she let the ball go.
there again, not losing count since she's on a strike, but that difficult spare, especially with that 8-pin.
Yeah. It's a pesky little fella, isn't he? Especially in the 1-2-4-8. Best way to make this, just go Brooklyn, I guess. Let the ball take him out.
But getting it to the Brooklyn.
Yeah. Got it all.
I think a lot of people on that spare were keeping their fingers crossed and and the bucket. You just didn't know what the ball was going to do.
All right, Romeo, a chance to take an 11-pin lead with a strike here. That is a Hall of Fame shot right there.
That was hitting a dime.
That was. I think Robin's going to be tough.
Now she is playing a little bit more direct on right lane, and she was a little farther left, and actually had a little room on that left lane, was able to do a light swisher with shot in the second frame.
That one goes high. She knew it right away.
She had a problem with her footing on that shot also.
Yeah. Lisa did as well. 6-10 lead in the fourth.
And you know, with the humidity or lack of humidity here in the area, the approaches were a little bit different every day.
Yeah.
So you just had to make sure you had the right sole on. And
Yeah, here in Green Bay, it seemed like one day you'd walk outside and there would be no humidity. The next day, you would feel like you're walking into a wet blanket. It was so humid. And yeah, I can imagine that that really affects the approaches pretty considerably. Because the more humid it is, the more sticky the approaches are going to be.
exactly.
Well, not a great shot there from Lisa. Leaves the 6-10.
Yeah, kind of popped up on the shot, and you could see it immediately going left. And footing is so very important. If you're not comfortable with and can't get your feet underneath you, well then of course you're not going to execute a good shot.
It's the spare. 11-pin lead for Robin Romeo after 4 frames. Winner to take on Tish Johnson for the title. Thanks for joining us this morning on Bowl TV. Nice to see a good audience tuning in to support the USBC Senior Queens. A little high on that one. Lucky to get the 10 out, leaving the 4-7.
Here we go. Possibly the biggest transition right now, since we've had 3 right-handers.
What has been the move this week? Just to keep chasing it left?
Yes, but the problem is if you start going too far away from the head pin, you can't get it back.
Yeah.
So
Gets even harder to carry, I would guess, too, once
Right.
you start going
Right.
a little bit too far left.
And then, you know, as Robin, she's a straighter through the front part of the lane, which is perfect. Because then you aren't losing the pocket, going away from it. And now there's a perfect example.
Yep.
You leak it a little bit right and barely hit the head pin.
So it begs the question, is all of this shaping up to be in favor of Tish Johnson coming up in a few minutes on the left side?
That's a very good question.
No traffic on the left side except for the balls that she's thrown.
Right?
She's not going to have to deal with that as much as these ladies.
Exactly.
And we'll find that out soon enough when Tish gets over here for the next match, championship match coming up next.
Yeah, and it's only 5 more frames, so it's going to happen very quickly. That's a nice spare.
Yeah, Robin cleans up the mess. Still leads by 11. Half a game to go.
You can see in her face when she was drying off her hand, she was contemplating.
And remember, folks, this is a very difficult pattern that the Senior Queens is bowling on. I think that arguably maybe the hardest pattern the Senior Queens has ever bowled on.
I would have to agree.
Yeah. It's a tough shot. That is a great looking toss there for Robin Romeo.
Very nice adjustment on that left lane, and there is OB and out of bounds.
Out of bounds, yep.
That I even tried to play out a little bit, and I saw some of the regular Queens
Yep.
playing out there, and then all of a sudden it was gone the next day. So much for the thought of trying to make something work that's not there.
That one's yanked, leaves the 3-pin. Yeah, we saw in the regular Queens some of the ladies trying to play about, 5 or a little bit right, but those were the ladies like Liz Johnson, who is a tremendous accuracy, and there wasn't a whole lot of area out there to be had. It was a very difficult part of the lane to play, but it was playable, but pretty difficult to find some success there. Picks it up. Still a close match. 12 pins. Nobody running away with here. Romeo's not running away with it just yet. Still 4 frames to go in our semifinal.
And Lisa picking up her spares, which is key at this point. And
2, 4, 5.
we see that she made a ball change. She went to the Rhoda Disturbed, and this is the ball that she had been throwing all week.
It came in a little light that time, 2, 4, 5. But sometimes when you make a ball change, leaving any combination of the 2 pin isn't necessarily the worst thing.
Right.
Now she gets a read on it.
Uh-oh.
Trouble. Well, I thought it might hook a little bit on her. We both
We
did.
both did, yeah. That's what I was saying. You don't know sometimes.
Yeah, it held on to make the spare. And now 15 pin at lead for Romeo, as Lisa's over talking to Hank Boomershine, getting some advice. Robin can take her largest lead of the match right here with the strike. She can go up by 25. She comes up light, leaves the 2, 4, gets the 5 out.
And you know, that was an excellent shot, Lucas, because that was very similar to her last shot on that lane, and I should say her last strike on that lane. And then you just get it one board right, and you are light or could sometimes miss the head pin.
So now she'll need to clean it up. Makes the spare. She still leads by 15. She didn't lose any count because she was on a strike. We've only got 3 frames to go. Winner to bowl, Hall of Famer Tish Johnson for the title.
And here, you know, when you start hitting that OB to the right, you have to move in. You have to get away from it.
That is a great shot right there.
So if you notice how she's a little bit further in on the left lane and is throwing it away from the pocket, and much straighter and tighter on lane 38.
That's a nice shot as Lisa trying to get back in this match here. Down 15. Looks like she gave it the high hard one on that shot.
And I think she went back to her the ball she's been throwing the first 2 games.
Seemed like she threw it a little firmer.
Yes.
And just trying to jam it in there. We'll see what she does on this shot.
Yeah, she threw that other ball for 2 frames and it kind of disturbed and looked like it was just going a little long.
She's definitely firmed it up a little bit, throwing it a little harder, and that's a big double right there. She pulls to within 5.
Well, that was some good advice.
It's a nice adjustment.
They're all smiling. Chris Schlemmer and Hank Boomershine from Storm and Rotogrip gave her great advice, obviously.
Well, now the pressure on Robin to push her lead back to 15, 9th frame. Good shot. They've turned it up a notch here in the last couple of frames, and Romeo has a chance for the shutout here. Best that Lisa Wasson can shoot is 210. Robin can shoot 225, so Robin needs the first one in the 10th for the shutout. First one plus count.
Robin wanted to get a big shout out to her sister Tori and her husband Jeff Carter for babysitting her 2 new puppies. Beautiful Labrador retrievers.
Nice.
One's black and one's white.
There we go, looking for the shutout.
There we
Gets
go.
the strike 3 in a row, and she's count away from the shutout here.
That was a great shot. Kept it on line. You could see that she's playing, like I said, a little more left to right than she is on the right lane. But that's what the lane's calling for. Lane topography, how the oil is being distributed.
Looking for good count on this shot to secure the win here in this semifinal. That's going to do it. Great performance here by Robin Romeo. She looks up doing the math on the score, I think. Robin's going to be at 214 with a spare, I believe.
You saw the 6-pin tap it and move it over a bit. You could see it's off spot.
So Robin Romeo, the good finish, 214, shuts out Lisa Wasson, who can only get to 210.
She let out a big sigh there. She knew that she needed the first one in the 10th and got it done.
And she'll take on Hall of Famer Tish Johnson in the next match for the title. Well, Lisa got it figured out at the end, but just a couple of frames too late, unfortunately.
Yes, and a loss of count. You know, she had a
Yeah, you're right.
6 count, 2 8 counts, a 7 count on marks.
Yeah, she did lose a few pins in count, which ultimately may cost her, but her max is 210 as we close it out here. She made the right adjustment, I think.
Yes. Oh, and there's that bad count again.
Yeah.
You're running it out, and you think it's going to be 9, and it's 6.
Applause for Lisa Wasson. Congratulations.
One more shot to go here for Lisa.
Robin Romeo will advance to face our tournament leader, Tish Johnson.
Tish Johnson coming
Tish
in.
Johnson, the pair she'll have the pair for eight practice
Oh, we've
shots.
seen these two go at it quite a few times, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
And it's a great performance by Lisa for the whole week, challenging conditions and winning here on the Stepladder finals.
214, 196. Robin Romeo wins. And kudos to Lisa Wasson on a great week. She shot over 600 for the 3 games.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, on the pair. So that's pretty good.
And people probably are thinking, well, that's not a big deal. Well, it is when
on this pattern.
there were some matches, 3-game matches that were won with 517 to 490, and you know you're thinking, oh, well, those aren't professional bowlers. Well, yes, yes, we are, and I think the highest match was, I think 680 to 650 in the senior division.
So our championship match coming up next. It's a good time during our break here to remind your friends to tune in. You can post it on your Facebook and Twitter. I see Paula grabbing for her phone right now.
I posted it on a couple of groups, and hopefully everybody is catching it on time. It's just amazing what the technology has given us, and especially live streaming. We can watch it on any device. I'll be watching the regular Queens on an airplane. Now, if you would have told me that I could do that maybe 10 years ago, I'd say you were crazy. We can take a couple of quick peeks at what Tish has during her practice session. She threw mostly a Storm Marvel S all week, but it looks like she has the Rocket in her hand right now. Having a quick discussion with Hank, and he's got the Abralon pad prepared, and you know, it's nice to have your rep and be able to be your eyes, because obviously, as Kelly Kulik alluded, that we cannot see the first 8 feet of the lane. So sometimes they'll take an Abralon pad to maybe just the back side of the ball, the back flares, to make it do something different as opposed to sanding the whole ball. Now that was the Marvelous that she threw on that shot, and it looked like it went a little light. So the big decision, straight her up or give it a little belly. See which way she goes. So now you can see Hank picking it up and
Gonna scuff it a little bit.
Scuff it a little, let's see. Doing a light scuff all around the ball. Looks like a pin-up ball, and that was key too, because if you were in a pin-down ball, then it would roll a little bit too much and not have enough continuation. So it was a big game. How many balls you could throw, what to throw, scuff, pearl, solid, you name it. It was all thrown.
Every ball in the bag used this week. Huh?
Exactly.
Championship match coming up here in just a minute or two as Tish is throwing her final shots of practice. Please take a moment and share the link. bowl.com/bowltv.
And as you know, Tish doesn't throw a spare ball. She just flattens it out, like for a 7 or a 4-7.
And just for you bowling fans at home, remember when you use an Abralon pad, you have to scuff the whole surface of the ball. You can't just scuff the track. You've got to scuff the whole surface of the ball to make it legal.
And it's very important to know the different Abralon. There's different grit of Abralon pads. So your pro shop will know what you're looking for, and that's why you have these ball reps, because they know ball motion like nobody else.
It looks like we're just about ready to get started here.
All right, bowling fans, this is it. This is our title match in this year's Senior Queens. Tish Johnson, Robin Romeo, how about a great round of applause for our competitors? Thank you, and good luck, boys.
All right, so this is what we've been waiting for.
Here we go.
This is the championship match. Tish Johnson looking for a little bit of redemption. Last year, Robin beat Tish in the stepladder, 241 to 188. So Tish elects to start. I'm telling you, Tish is going to be really tough to beat. Not only is she only lefty, she is so motivated to win this tournament.
Absolutely, but also could be a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
So let's see. We got the 2 heavyweight Hall of Famers going at it right here.
And I think if you would have told us at the start of this week that these two would bowl for the title, I'm not sure that too many people would question that. No offense.
No, no offense taken.
Just based on their performance last year. And Robin looked really, really good in qualifying. Tish didn't bowl quite as good in qualifying, but
right. She went through
I don't think she was pressing too hard.
No, she went through the juggle too. And
yeah.
Trying to find the right ball, but then, you know, here's Robin. She really steps up in the majors, and she is defending champion.
Okay, so here's Robin Romeo, got a strike in the first frame. That looks pretty good as well. This could be a knockdown, drag-out championship match right here. This is going to be a lot of fun.
This could be a Ronda Rousey armbar type of match.
Well, 3 for 3 so far. Our top seed might have her hands full here.
Uh-oh, inside. Oh.
That was a powerful strike. It's one of those ones that makes your ears ring.
She got a little right of target, and it actually held, so.
And I would say that that's bad news for Robin.
Correct.
You see Tish Johnson getting a little area. She can get tough to beat. Just underway here, third frame. Both players have started with a double. Senior Queens championship match. Ooh, wow. Sends the 5 pin and a whole bunch of other stuff right in front of the 7, or right in front of the 10. And Tish looks back at Robin and says, "That's your pin, not mine." Unfortunately, Tish just inherited it, at least for this frame.
And people are probably wondering, how could you leave that after half of the rack is basically going towards it? It just, the head pin went, I mean, the ball went a little behind the head pin, so the 5 pin went in front of the 10 pin.
Cleans it up. But still a very promising start here for Tish Johnson. And the same for Robin Romeo. Frame number 3 for Romeo. She's 2 for 2 to start this championship match. Good shot. She leaves the 10 pin this time. That was kind of a lazy 10. 6 went in the gutter and just kind of took a nap.
Well, I think this match is going to be all about carry. You know, they're going to probably be in the pocket every single shot, and we'll see who can carry the most. That was a good shot. It's one of those ones that you would yell carry because not quite finishing exactly. You know, the left lane, she does have a little room. She's throwing it more left to right, whereas she's more direct on the right lane.
We're all tied up after 3 frames. Both players double 9 spare, identical scoreboards. You're watching the USBC Senior Queens Stepladder Finals here on Bold TV. Lucas Wiseman and Paula Vidal with you. 6 pin again, just goes in the gutter and just kind of lays there and doesn't take out the 10.
Yeah, she just didn't get the ball to tilt up towards the pocket as she wanted. You could see her swing her hand like she didn't get around it like she wanted to, and went a little long.
Not sure Robin's so pleased with leaving back-to-back 10 pins like that.
No, when you're in the pocket, you know, you want to carry everything because every 10 pin, or like the 10 pin Tish left, that's tough to take.
Yeah.
You're in the pocket and you throw a great shot and don't always get rewarded.
Tish,
inside again.
Yeah, yanked that one in, and if that one had held, that would have been very interesting because she missed considerably to the right on that shot.
Well, that was very similar to the last shot she did on it. It held, and I was surprised it held.
Yeah.
So this one,
maybe that one's a little softer. I don't know.
yeah, it looked like softer.
4, 6, 10 split.
That's very difficult too after sitting, waiting for your opponent to throw 2 shots and come out without being overly aggressive and too soft either.
Tish will take the 2, and Robin leads by 13. This is the 3rd consecutive year that Tish Johnson is bowled for the title at the Senior Queens. And she has not won it yet.
Well, that just gave it more added pressure, leaving a split against Robin.
Good shot. Gets the strike in the 5th. By the way, the champion here today gets the, of course, the trophy, the tiara, the pendant, and $3,000 to take home.
Very nice.
Nice payday.
Not too shabby for a week's work.
Especially when it's doing something you love.
Absolutely. It's not work. A little left off her hand. Oh,
Wow, you see that pin spin around off the back of the deck for the strike, and Romeo's still up by 13. Half of the championship match is already gone.
well, maybe that's her her adjustment after that week 10. A little bit more direct as opposed to hooking it into the pocket like she is on the left lane. So let's see if she changes up on this left lane.
It's a big opportunity here for Robin. Put a double on the board. She can push her lead to 23. Sixth frame. That was a very, very good shot from Robin Romeo.
Talk about pressure.
Yeah, now it
That's-
puts all the pressure on Tish here. By the way, interesting note for Tish Johnson. She averaged 193 through 15 games of qualifying this week. When she got to match play, that average went up to 210. So she increased her average from qualifying to match play 17 pins a game.
Wow.
Pretty
Well,
impressive.
But you know that you have to step it up.
Yep.
You have to step up to whatever your opponent is doing, and whether they're shooting 680 and you have to shoot 681.
Tish trying to pull back within 13.
Oh,
Didn't like it off her hand,
Nope.
and all of a sudden, Tish is in trouble. You can see the body language.
all three of her shots have been right, Lucas,
Yep.
on this lane. She was just very lucky on that second frame when it pushed and carried for a strike.
Tish taking a moment.
It's got to be tough.
Yeah, I wonder if she's going to try to give this a run here.
I think at this point she might have to.
Starting to fall behind.
Oh, giving it a shot.
Ooh, gave it a go. But another open frame. And how quickly it is slipping away from Tish yet again for the third consecutive year. And keep in mind, no woman has ever won the Senior Queens back to back. Robin Romeo is trying to get that done here today. Well, Tish is pretty dialed in on that left lane. Unfortunately, she finishes on the right lane.
Well, Tish was able to enjoy some golf during qualifying since we all bowled so early every morning. And
Yeah, you guys were on the lanes at 8 o'clock every morning during qualifying. Done by about 10:30, and the
Wow.
rest of the day off.
yeah, we got to do some sightseeing. I went to Lambeau Field. And
Nice. Well, big shot here for Robin as she tries to grow the lead. Oh boy, 4-6-7 split.
It's never over till it's over.
Yeah, right through the noggin on that one. So that's going to tighten things back up a little bit here. As Romeo opens in the 7th.
It's very difficult for people back home to understand how you can lose the pocket so quickly, but when you're on a sport condition, even just a couple of shots, and just like that one looked just as good as the last shot, and now she had a big split.
She still leads by 20, even with the open. But
Tish doubles.
Tish doubles. So you
Down by
pulls
10.
her back in. See what Robin does here. 8th frame. 7 pin. Back and forth it goes. That's what the old toys Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. That one looked like a Weeble.
And that could be a direct shot after leaving a split, you know, making sure that you're not going to go through the nose and get it a little bit farther right than you wanted to.
Well, she picks it up, but we could be in for a very interesting finish, especially if Tish figures out this right lane and can throw it a little better on the right lane.
Well, she's going for the ball change on the right lane. Going to the Marvelous from the Rocket.
She has not had good ball reaction on this right lane, or either that or has not executed well. But she's going to make the ball change here. And this is the shot that will tell us how the rest of this match is going to shape up, because this is the lane Tish has to finish on. She's running it out, gets the strike. Tish Johnson is right back in this match. Down by 10, and she can even it with a strike in the 9th. Both players have a max score of 223 with 2 frames to go.
Boy, just 2 frames ago, you never would think this was going to be close, but now it's even a possibility of a tie.
Tish is going to go back to the other ball for the left lane. That has worked well for her. So throwing a different ball on each lane. Pretty gutsy at the end here.
Absolutely.
9th frame, critical shot. Tish Johnson can even the match back up here. Fell off the shot a little bit. 7-pin. 4-pin went in the gutter. Didn't have any action to get the 7, and Tish is going to trail going into the 10th. And Robin is going to have a chance to step up 9th and 10th and shut it out and win this title.
That'll be interesting to see, since she did leave the split on the last time she was up on the right lane. What kind of adjustment she's going to make? Maybe just speed control, or if she's actually going to move her feet and the target, or one or the other.
Tish's max score now is 202. She picks it up. If Robin strikes here on this shot, she would just need to fill 20 in the 10th to shut her out by a pin, I believe.
Not always easy to do.
No, it is not. But the key here is the strike on this shot would allow her to just go spare strike in the 10th for the shutout versus needing a double.
And now Tish finishing on the right lane, having made the ball change.
Yep. A very interesting finish here at the Senior Queens. Romeo. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's going to go. The 9 falls late. The 4-pin fell into it. It wobbled it back and forth and finally down for the strike. And they'll have to reset the score as they gave her 9. What a huge break that was right there.
That could have been a completely different match if the 4-9 would have stood.
Wow.
That makes your heart stop.
And even a huge difference between 9 spare and strike in that frame, because now she just needs a mark and a strike on the fill for the shutout.
So, of course, the first one in the 10th will do it.
So here we go. Yep, first one in the 10th strike here will win the title for Robin Romeo. Romeo for the win. Gets the perfect strike, and Robin Romeo has won the Senior Queens back-to-back years, the first woman in history to accomplish the feat. Robin Romeo, the Hall of Famer, delivers the clutch strike in the final frame. You think she's a little excited?
Just a touch. You know, she's so calm and cool all the time, and then to see her that excited is just so very happy for her. To defend, that's crazy.
Robin Romeo, what a performance. She gives a hug to Tish Johnson, and for the 3rd year in a row, Tish Johnson is going to finish runner-up. Wow.
I'm sure Robin's family is very happy for her, her mom, Joan, and she wants to thank Tom McNaughton for all of his support.
2-12 for Robin Romeo as she wins it back-to-back here at the Senior Queens.
And there's a big hug. Tom McNaughton. She's got the tears. Nice bowling, Robin. Well, that was quite exciting, Lucas.
It was. What a match. And always nice to see some drama in that final frame.
You know, you have to feel for Tish. And unsuccessful on the title matches, but, you know, just wasn't her time.
Yeah, and Tish has been so close, but it's this woman right here, Robin Romeo, with another great performance here at the Senior Queens as she picks up the victory.
She's got a big hug from Hank Boomershine and Tish Schlemmer.
Final score, 212-191. Robin Romeo becomes the first woman to win the Senior Queens in back-to-back years.
Tish's tears are coming out too. You just definitely have to feel for her. It's
yeah, 3 years in a row, Tish has finished runner-up. And we're going to do our awards ceremony here next on Bowl TV. Paula, thanks for joining us. Certainly appreciate it. And good luck at the Senior Queens next year. Hopefully we'll see you on the show and instead of behind the cameras with me.
Thank you, Lucas. It's been a pleasure. And thank you for all your great work that you do on the live stream for
thank
Bowl
you very
TV.
much. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Lucas.
Typically, the defending champion places the tiara on the next year's winner's head, but apparently we can't have that this time, so we've got Lucy out. Lucy, will you please put the tiara on our 2015 Senior Queens champion, Robin Romeo.
So it's Lucy Sandelin giving Robin the tiara here. And Chad Murphy, Executive Director of the United States Bowling Congress, presenting Robin Romeo with the Crystal Trophy. Second consecutive year for Romeo. So congratulations, Robin Romeo. Now the it looks like the big check is coming out next.
Chad will also present the large check, $3,000.
There you go, $3,000 for Robin Romeo, as she is your USBC Senior Queens champion for 2015. Once again, Robin Romeo picks up the win. Robin's going to get the microphone here and give a little speech.
Dave Labar, your staff and everybody here has been wonderful. It's been an awesome week. First time in Green Bay, we got to do a lot of sightseeing, and it's an awesome city. And Tish, I could cry for you. She's a great champion. More emotional for her than me, so. But I just want to say that, you know, Tish, you're always there, and you're going to win. I know you are. And to all the other bowlers in the field, I know the seniors are trying to make it in the years, and I just hope that we get more bowlers out here, and I hope, Chad, you continue to support us. And thanks, everybody.
Robin Romeo.
I just want to thank Storm and Rotagrip and Chris and Hank for helping me this week, and Vice Grips, a new staffer on there at their company. So thanks so much, everybody.
So congratulations, Robin Romeo, and thanks for tuning in here today on live coverage of the USBC Senior Queens. here on Bowl TV. Congratulations again to Robin Romeo, who wins the event for the second consecutive year. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time here on Bowl TV. I'm Lucas Wiseman. You can follow me on Twitter at Lucas_Wiseman.